Welcome to Card Today, where we talk about Weiss Schwarz's cards of the day. And since Chain Chronicle is currently out, let's look at the last two cards that they showed us. Yep, basic climaxes. And the last card that they wanted to show us is this signed Fina, and she's the 2/1 support. Now off to Konosuba, these cards are gonna be pretty long, but let's just try to gun right through them. So the first card we have is Something We Must Protect Darkness. She's a yellow 2/1 adventurer frustration character. And she has 3 abilities. Her first ability is a level assist. Her second ability is a climax combo. It is this. Place this card to rest. When the Climax Masochistic Crusader is played onto your climax stage and this card is in stand, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one frustration character from your waiting room and place it underneath this card face down to serve as a marker. So what does the marker do? Well, auto, send one marker underneath this card to your waiting room. When your other characters are sent from the stage to your waiting room, you may pay the cost. If you do, place that character back onto its original stage position in rest. So let's talk about the climax combo first. It is at a level 2, so the odds that you're most likely going to have a frustration character in your waiting room is pretty high. And if you're playing a pure darkness deck, you're obviously going to have it in your waiting room. But I'm starting to feel that the Konosuba meta is going to be tricolored, with your main beat sticks being Darkness and Megumin. And its last ability is actually really great. It's great defense. In a way, it's kind of like a free encore because you're not discarding anything, you're not paying any stock, you're not taking a damage, you're taking a card that's already in your waiting room back into the waiting room. And another good thing is that its last ability doesn't restrict to frustration characters or magic characters or anything. Is just straight characters. So you could put this in any Konosuba deck, assuming you're running yellow. And its abilities aren't once per turn, so when you play the climax and you have 2 in your back row, you could get a marker underneath each of those cards. And yeah, this card's actually really great. Up next we have Crusader's Mirror Darkness. She's a yellow 0/0 adventurer frustration character. She has 2 abilities. Her first one's this: continuous, all your other adventurer characters get plus 500 power. Act, rest this card. Choose one of your other characters and it gets plus 1 level until the end of the turn. So plus 1 level, it's a great way to get against Suiciders. There is a possibility that you'll get, wrecked by an anti-change card. And this cost is super easy, you just have to rest this card, so there's that. So not much on this card right here. The next card we have is this 3/2 Darkness character, and she's obviously an adventurer frustration. And it looks like she has some MLA format, type 12 font, double spaced, 10-page essay over here. But first things first, let's talk about the glaring problem here. It's 8,500 at a level 3, but maybe its effects will buff it up. The answer is yes, its effects will buff it up. Its first ability is this: continuous. When your opponent controls a level 3 or higher character, this card loses -1 level in your hand. This is actually a great way to get this card out early because a lot of darkness cards are actually really strong, and they will most likely run over everything your opponent has. Sending them straight to level 3, or if they have a change, you can say, haha, no, here's this. This other ability is when you have 2 or more other adventurer characters, this card gets plus 1,500, and the following ability. Continuous. This card cannot be chosen as a target by your opponent's card effects. If you have 2 darkness characters as well as this on your center stage, and at least one of them gets destroyed, it will lose this ability. But if you have 2 of these in your back row, you are set for life. Also, it can't be targeted by card effects. Oh boy, this is like Yu-Gi-Oh all over again. Its next ability is auto. During the start of your opponent's draw phase, and this card is on your center stage, choose one of your characters and it gets plus 4,000 power until the end of this turn. So this card has to be around until your opponent's turn, so it could give a character 4,000. But if you have this card in your back row, that's fine. It's gonna be around until your opponent's turn. Also, there's nothing in the text that says you can't choose this card for the added 4,000. So it can go up to 14,000 on your opponent's turn. And that's pretty much guaranteeing it that it won't be run over easily. Your opponent's gonna have to go through a lot of resources to try to get rid of it. And on top of that, it can't be targeted by card effects. This last ability is this: auto, pay 2, discard 1 card from your hand to your waiting room. During the battle of this card, whenever you did not cancel any damage that was dealt to you, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal the same amount of damage to your opponent. So same as the Arena, although that was a pay 3, this is a pay 2 discard a card, which is somewhat easier. So this card is technically costs 5. It is a discard to get this ability off. It is a pay 2 to get that ability off, and it is a pay 2 as well to actually play the card. So that's a 5 right there. So the way I see it is when you play this and you have the 2 supports in the back row, this can go up to 13,000 on your turn. And that's because it gets -1 level in your hand, not on the field, only in your hand, so you can play it quickly. So if you did pull off the climax combo for the support, you have defense. This card isn't gonna go anywhere. And if you have everything, this card could go up to 17,000 on your opponent's turn. This is giving Megumin a run for its money. I'd actually like to see which deck would come out on top, either Explosion or the Darkness cards. I'd actually like to see if you could put both of them in the same deck, and we're gonna have to wait and see until Konosuba's out. And in other news, Persona 5 got announced in English. No release date though, but it's gonna come. And in other news, we did get how many cards are gonna be in the Bang Dream booster packs. There are gonna be 120 cards, 27 parallel rares, and 10 special rares. So we're gonna get 10 signed cards. There are 5 girls in the band, so maybe we'll get 2 of each. If you get their instruments signed, I would be pretty pissed if I pulled one of those. And those are all the cards that we have today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Weiss Schwarz news and content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.